Hello boys and girls, this is Helen again. Today we are going to talk about the comprehensive traveling problems, and this is the last lesson of our mind training camp. Before we get started, let's have a brief revision first. This is the summary of last lesson. Do you still remember what we have learned? The chasing problems, and there are 3 factors affecting the chasing problems. And let's have a simple revision together. Derek is at place A chasing a flying chicken leg which is at place B. The speed of Derek is 9 meters per second and the speed of flying chicken leg is 6 meters per second. So how many meters per second did Derek run more than the flying chicken leg? Can you tell me the answer directly? Yes, 9 minus 6, which equals to 3 meters per second, because this is asking about meter per second, which is asking about the speed. This is the difference of speed between Derek and the flying chicken leg, right? 3 meters per second. Okay, then let's move on to the second question. If Derek took 10 seconds to catch it, what is the distance between A and B? So let's draw a simple diagram together first. This is place A and this is place B. And Derek starts from here. The flying chicken leg starts from here. And Derek needs to catch it, so Derek needs to go to this way and they reach the same place, right? So the speed of Derek is 9 meters per second and the speed of chicken leg is 6 meters per second. And what we need to find is the distance between A and B. And observe from the diagram, the distance between A and B is actually the difference of distance between Derek and the chicken leg. That is the distance that Derek run more than the chicken leg. That is this one, okay? And if for 1 second Derek goes for 3 meters more than the chicken leg, then for 10 seconds Derek can go how many meters more than the chicken leg? Is that what we want to know? So tell me your answer. Yes, if we need to find the distance of A and B, we can just directly use the time multiplied by the speed to get our answer, which is 30 meters. And don't forget to write down your answer at the end. So write down your answer at the end. Okay, and from this question, do you still remember our formula? The difference of distance is equals to the difference of speed multiplied by time. Okay, then we can move on to the next question. If the distance of A and B is 36 meters, after how many seconds can Derek catch the flying chicken leg? Let's see from the diagram this time. We know the distance between A and B is 36 meters. And we need to find the time. So, observe from this diagram again. We know the distance between A and B is 36 meters and we need to find the time. So if for 1 second Derek can go 3 meters, then for how many seconds Derek can go 36 meters? And tell me your answer directly. Yes, we need to use division. That is time equals to the distance divided by the speed. And the answer is 12 seconds. And don't forget to write down your answer. So we have finished with our revision and let's move on. Today, we are going to talk about the comprehensive traveling problems, and later on we will have our short-term class. And this is the table of contents. Okay, let's begin with our exploring one. If the speed of 巴图 is 3 meters per second, find the speed of Derek. In this question, we need to find out the speed of Derek, and we already know the speed equals to the distance divided by time, right? We already know that the time is 10 seconds. And if we can find out the distance that Derek has traveled, we can find out the speed of Derek. Okay, so let's find out the distance that Derek traveled together. In this diagram, we can know that from place A to place B, Derek traveled for 200 meters, and the speed of 巴图 is 3 meters per second. So observe from the diagram, the distance that Derek has traveled is from this place to this place, right? That means the distance of Derek equals to the distance between A and B plus the distance that 巴图 has traveled, right? This piece of distance is the distance that 巴图 has traveled. And we already know the distance of AB is 200 meters, so we need to find out the distance that 巴图 have traveled. And if we need to find the distance of 巴图, we need to find out the speed of 巴图and the time of 巴图, right? So how can we find what is the speed? It is 3 meters per second, and for the time is 10 seconds because Derek take 10 seconds to catch 巴图, and at the same time 巴图 is also running. So the time, the 10 seconds is also for 巴图, okay? And the answer equals to 30 meters. That is the distance of 巴图. Okay, then we know the distance of 巴图 is 30 meters, so we can find out the distance of Derek is 230 meters. Then we know the distance of Derek and the time of Derek, and then we can find out the speed of Derek. That is the time of Derek is 10 seconds also, so the speed of Derek is 23 meters per second. And write down your answer at the end. So we have finished with this question. But can you find out this method is a bit complicated? So let me teach you a new method, a simple one. We have already known from our previous section, we are always talking about the chasing problems. In the chasing problem, there is an important concept named the difference of speed. Remember this? Difference of speed. And if we need to find out the difference of speed, instead we usually use the speed of the larger person minus the speed of the smaller person, right? So in this question, if we can know the difference of speed, and we already know the speed of 巴图, which is the smaller speed, so we can find out the speed of Derek, which is the larger speed. So let's try together. What is the difference of speed? We can find out from the diagram. Derek takes 10 seconds to run 200 meters more than 巴图. So 10 seconds, 200 meters more. 10 seconds, 200 meters more. So how about for 1 second, how many meters more than 巴图? Can we know from division method? And we can know the answer is 20 meters per second because this is talking about in 1 second. How many meters can Derek goes more than 巴图, which is the difference of speed? And We also know the speed of 巴图 equals to 3 meters per second, and the speed of Derek is equals to the speed of 巴图 plus the difference of speed, because for 1 second, 巴图 can go 3 meters, and for 1 second, Derek can go 20 meters, more than 巴图. So if we need to find the speed of Derek, we just need to add them together to get the final answer. And lastly, you need to write down your answer. So which method do you think is more easier? Yes, the second method. And in this question, we have known that if we need to calculate the difference of speed, we need to use the difference of distance divided by time. And actually, you can use the knowledge that you have learned very freely, such as in this question, we know if we can find out the difference of speed and find out either one of the larger speed or the smaller speed, so we can find out the speed of Derek because the speed of Derek is the larger speed. So that means although you have known all the formula that I have provided to you, but you can use it freely on your own. Okay, so let's try another similar question. If the speed of Derek is 30 meters per second, find the speed of 巴图. And this time, Derek needs to catch 巴图. So for this type of question, we have two methods to do this. The first method is if we need to find the speed of 巴图, so we can use the distance of 巴图divided by the time of 巴图and to get the answer. But this method seems like too complicated, right? So how about our simple method? We can use the difference of speed. Do you still remember? And if we need to find out the difference of speed, we always use the larger speed minus the smaller speed, right? So in this question, let us find out the difference of speed together. Let's see the diagram. Which one is the difference of speed? Which part? Yes, this part is the difference of speed, right? That means it's 200 meters, and Derek take 10 seconds to run 200 meters more than 巴图. So how about for 1 second, how many meters can Derek run more than 巴图? So you can use 200 divided by 10, which equals to 20 meters per second. That is the difference of speed. And now, we know the difference of speed also equals to the larger speed minus the smaller speed. And the difference of speed we have already calculated, it is 20 meters per second. So which speed should be larger, which speed should be smaller, Derek's speed or 巴图 speed? Yes, Derek's speed should be larger, should be faster, because he needs to catch 巴图, so he needs to be faster than 巴图. Okay, so his speed is 30 meters per second, and what we need to find is the speed of 巴图. Okay, then 30 minus how many equals to 20? It is very easy. 30 minus 10 equals to 20, and the unit should be meter per second. Then we have finished this question, and you write down your answer here. So let me conclude it again together with you. If we need to find out the speed of only one person, you can think about the difference of speed, that is using the difference of distance divided by time. This is the first step. And for the second step, you can think about the difference of speed is actually equals to the larger speed minus the smaller speed. And then you can think, oh, which one is larger, which one is smaller? Then you can substitute it into the formula, and then you can find it out the answer. Okay, now it's your turn. Can you do this question for me? And you can observe the diagram and pause me and do this question for me. Remember, if you have any question, you always need to draw diagram to show and to make yourself clear. Okay, have you finished? Let's do it together. Now in this question, we need to find the speed of 八图. So, if we use the first method, we need to find the speed of 八图. That means we need to find the speed of 八图. That means we need to find the distance that 八图has traveled divided by the time that 八图has traveled, which is very complicated. So for our second method, we can think about the difference of speed, which is equals to the larger speed minus the smaller speed. Okay, then what is the difference of speed in this question from the diagram? Yes, 八图 runs 50 meters more than Derek in 5 seconds. So for 5 seconds, run 50 meters more. So for 1 second, run how many meters more? Yes, you can use 50 divided by 5, and this one equals to 10 meters per second. That is the difference of speed. And we know the difference of speed equals to the larger speed minus the smaller speed. So which one's speed should be larger, 八图 or Derek? Yes, 八图 should be larger because he runs faster than Derek. Okay, so the difference of speed, we have already know that it is 10 meters per second, and the larger speed is what we need to find, and the smaller speed is Derek's speed, that is 3 meters per second. And this seems like very easy. How many minus 3 equals to 10? Yes, so you can use 10 plus 3, which equals to 13. And the unit should be meter per second. Then lastly, write down your answer to finish this question. So remember in this type of question, if you only need to calculate the speed of one person, you need to think about the difference of speed equals to the distance divided by time. And you find out the answer, and then you think about, oh, the difference of speed should be the larger speed minus the smaller speed. And then you can use the simple method to get the answer. Okay, and let's move on to our exploring 2. 八图 and Derek go towards each other from their home respectively. It is known that the speed of 八图 is 20 meters per second and the speed of Derek is 30 meters per second. If 八图leaves his home earlier than Derek by 2 minutes, and he will meet Derek after 10 minutes, find the distance between 八图's home and Derek's home. What means by if 八图leaves his home earlier than Derek by 2 minutes? Did Derek leave his home when 八图left his home? Not yet. Derek leaves his home after 八图 has traveled by 2 minutes. Okay, you need to understand this concept. Then, because the question seems very complicated, we need to draw a diagram together to show. This is 八图's home and this is Derek's home. And 八图 travels from this place to this place, right? And the speed of 八图 is 20 meters per second. Then how about Derek? Derek travels from this place to this place. They meet up at the middle point. Derek's speed is 30 meters per second. Okay, then what we need to find is the distance between 八图's home and Derek's home. We need to find this. But is my diagram clearly showing the information inside the question? Not yet, because I didn't show the 2 minutes that 八图leaves earlier than Derek in my diagram. So let me introduce a new method to you. how can I draw my new diagram? If we need to represent different time, we can use different color to represent. Batu travels 2 minutes first, so he travels to this place first, and then Batu continues to travel. He travels to this place, and he used 10 minutes here. Because after traveling for 2 minutes, he will meet Derek after 10 minutes. That means he continues to travel for 10 minutes. Then how about Derek? Derek traveled from here to here, right? And he used also 10 minutes because he will meet Batu after 10 minutes. Okay, so now the diagram is clear enough, and what we need to calculate is the distance between Batu's home and Derek's home. You can observe from the diagram. Actually, it is talking about the sum of this distance, and this distance, right? So if we can calculate the free distance, we can know the total distance. Then let us calculate it together. For the first distance, what will be the speed? It will be 20 meters per second because it is talking about Batu. And then how about the time? 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes that Batu has traveled. And then you can calculate the answer yourself. How about the second distance? That is the purple one. Yes, the speed is also 20 meters per second and multiply the 10 minutes. So you can get the answer. And the third one is Derek's traveling for 10 minutes and the speed of Derek is 30 meters per second and 10 minutes, and then you can get the answer. Finally, you need to find the distance between Batu's home and Derek's home, so you need to add them up together and to get your final answer and write down your answer at the end. But in this question, this seems like a bit complicated because you need to calculate a long time. So how can we do this more faster? Let me introduce a new method to you. Let I rotate the ruler first. For example, if I hide this part and you just observe the green part, you observe this part. What can you see? Is this just looks like our meeting problems talked before? 2 persons, they travel and they meet up together at the middle point, right? So actually we can use the sum of distance because it is talking about the distance of Batu travel and the distance of Derek traveled. So how can we calculate the sum of distance? Do you still remember? You can use the sum of speed to multiply the time, and then you can get the final answer. That is, the sum of speed is 20 plus 10, and the time should be 10 minutes, and then you can give out your answer. So after you have calculated, you can compare the two answers to see which one is correct or it is the same. Okay, and this is the end of today's lesson. Let's move on to our summary. There is no notes for today, but I just want to remind you again, we have learned the traveling problems, different kinds of traveling problems, and for meeting problems, chasing problems, and basic type of traveling problems, actually they're all asking about the 3 factors. So if you can remember the relationship between the 3 factors, you can solve all kinds of questions. And it is very important for you to draw diagram. Always draw diagrams to show. Okay. And this is the end for today, and we are going to hold our short-term class very soon. Okay, Let's listen to the
拜拜，时间过得太快，又要说拜拜。手把书包背起来，和你说拜拜。你是我的好朋友，和你说拜拜。拜拜，时间过得太快，又要说拜拜。手把书包背起来，和你说拜拜。你是我的好朋友，和你说拜拜。拜拜，时间过得太快，又要说拜拜。小猴皮皮再见，和你说拜拜。下次我们再来，一起乐开怀。拜拜拜拜拜，
拜拜。